Hello fellow citizens of the universe, welcome back to another video. Thought I'd bring my old catchphrase back. I've been saying hidey hi for too long. It's good to mix it up, hence why we are here in the library, as my friends used to call it. It's basically just 3 bookshelves in our study. So many more books than in my room. I love it. This week I am continuing on my January New Year's resolution slash READ-UARY goal, and I'm going to tell you the books that I plan on reading this January. Yes, it's my first ever TBR. It's quite scary. Nobody last week gave me any alternative names for READ-UARY, so I guess we're just rolling with it. It's growing on me. So these are books that I am actually planning on reading, like I actually want to read, and I'm going to put the time and effort into reading them. Book number 1. You've seen it, you saw it on my Christmas video. 7 Dead by Jefferson Farjeon. I already started it last year, so it's kind of a cheat. I've only got about halfway left to go. It is a murder mystery where a burglar enters a country home on the sea and he finds 7 people dead in one room, cricket ball on the mantelpiece and a letter saying from the suicide club. So I guess I have to wait and see who killed him. Book number 2, Sleep No More by P.D. James. I got this book for Christmas. I'm very much looking forward to reading it. Short stories, right up my alley. Murder mystery, right up my alley. P.D. James, not read any of her books before, but really want to because she wrote Death in Pemberley, and I think I'm going to try and buy Death in Pemberley for myself for 2018. I really want to read it. Book number 3. This is where we get into uncharted territory. This is where I've delved into the list of books I've been meaning to get to for years. This one, for instance, I got for Christmas 4 years ago. It's called The Man Who Couldn't Stop, OCD and the True Story of a Life Lost in Thought by David Adam. Love a man with a last name, first name, and first name, last name. I love the cover. Basically one of the main reasons why I bought the book. I started reading it when I was in my first year of university and I got this far. Not very far at all. Makes OCD seem more accessible than TV shows make it. Like, TV shows make out that OCD is just that one thing where people wash their hands all the time and obsessed with cleanliness, and David Adams' interpretation is a lot more than that, and it's linked with anxieties and phobias, and that OCD comes from when your obsession, that one thing that you worry about, develops it manifests itself into something that you have to do in order to stop that thing from happening. So really, we all are on the verge of having OCD because I think we all have these irrational fears, but only certain people develop them into compulsions. And I think it's really interesting and I can't wait to read more. Book number 4. Book 4. The Uncommon Reader by Bennett. It's about the Queen, I think. I have watched The Lady in the Van, so I know a bit about Bennett from that. My mum has that really big Bennett book that came out last Christmas. I'll show you. I can't remember the name. Okay, my mum owns this book. Bennett, Keeping On, Keeping On. It is this thick. This is my hand. This is how thick the book is. And I've read some of these. Some of them annoyed me, some of them didn't. So I'm very interested to see what The Uncommon Reader is like. It's very small, so if I hate it, I can get it over with quickly. I don't know. I've been watching The Crown. Maybe this will tie into that. Who knows? Book number 5. Now we're getting into, probably won't read in January, but endeavouring to read at some point, but would like to read in January. So let's see what happens. Berlin Noir by Philip Kerr. This is the Berlin trilogy. I only plan on reading the first one of it. It's the Bernie Gunter series, which I've been meaning to read for ages because my mum and dad absolutely love them. It's set in Berlin. I love Berlin. It's a crime fiction. I love crime fiction. It hops around before the war and after the war and all of that sort of stuff, which I also love, as we all know. So this book is right up my alley. And finally, if we have time, to end off this month of reading, which is kind of going well so far, but also not going as well as I hoped it would. Kate Atkinson's A God in Ruins. We all know I love Kate Atkinson. She's a babe. She's written a load of books that I love. This one is the sequel to Life After Life, which is perhaps one of my favourite books of all time. Yes, definitely. Said it now, can't take it back. This is about Ursula's brother from Life After Life, who is an RAF pilot. My grandpa was an RAF pilot. Things add up. This could be interesting. Books on the floor, scores on the doors. That is my plan for January this year. I have just spotted my tea. I'd forgotten about it. Oh, it's still warm. If you don't slurp, you burn your tongue. That is my opinion. So I think that's all. They were my books. Lots of books. I'll probably love them all. I might not. I'll keep you posted. Wait until the video that is coming out in 2 weeks to see how well I did in January and how my READ-UARY is coming along and whether or not I'm sticking to my New Year's resolutions or something. I don't know anymore. Bye! Ooh! What's a P.D. James book? Check it out. P.D. James, The Murder Room. I may have changed my mind. This might now be on my list. Hi guys, again, it's me. I was just looking over my pile of books. I think I've chosen too many. I am setting myself up to be disappointed. Books, 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 books. We got so many books. Ooh, suspense.